Welcome to English Passage, your destination for learning English through the stories that shape real life. In this lesson, we're going to explore something essential yet often ignored in traditional learning: pronunciation. Pronunciation is not just about sounding correct. It's about being understood, being confident, and feeling natural when you speak. Grammar and vocabulary help you form the message. But pronunciation is what delivers that message to others. It is the bridge between your brain and someone else's ears. You might know all the right words and write excellent English. But if your pronunciation is unclear, your ideas can get lost. Or worse, misinterpreted. That leads to hesitation, self-doubt, and missed opportunities. Here's the truth. You don't need to copy a native accent. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be clear. In this opening phase, we'll explore what pronunciation really is, why it's so crucial for fluency, and how you can start improving right now with simple, stress-free steps that fit into your day. So, take a breath, open your mind, and let's begin this journey to better pronunciation together. In this episode of English Passage, we guide you step by step on how to improve your English pronunciation through practical exercises, clear explanations, and the power of storytelling. We combine technique and emotion, theory and voice, so you can build not just accuracy, but confidence. You won't just memorize sounds, you'll experience them. From mastering vowels and consonants to developing muscle memory and controlling intonation, every phase of this lesson is designed to help you speak more clearly, comfortably, and fluently. By the end of the session, you'll have a personalized daily routine to keep improving at home, and you'll start to hear and feel the difference in your English every day. Phase 1. Story-based sound awareness. This phase begins with a powerful truth. Before you can change how you speak, you must change how you listen. Many English learners know the words, but can't always hear the fine details that make native pronunciation sound natural. That's where sound awareness begins, training your ears to notice the subtle sounds that shape clear communication. Let's begin with a story. Meet Zara. She moved to an English-speaking country with excitement and preparation. She had studied grammar, expanded her vocabulary, and could write very well. But something unexpected happened. When she spoke, people asked her to repeat herself. Again and again. It wasn't because she was wrong, it was because her pronunciation didn't match the listener's expectations. In this phase, we explore the concept of sound awareness. That means recognizing which English sounds are different from those in your native language and learning to hear the difference. We will listen to story segments with intentional sound contrasts. Learn through listening and repeating story-based phrases. The first step in improving your pronunciation is hearing clearly. Once you train your ears, your tongue will follow. Phase 2. Mouth movement and muscle memory. In this phase, we explore the mechanics of speaking English well. Just like playing an instrument or dancing, speaking requires precise physical control. Here, we focus on how the lips, tongue, and jaw help shape your pronunciation, and how you can train these muscles for smoother, clearer English speech. Pronunciation is physical. Your tongue, lips, and jaw are muscles. And just like any other muscle group, they can be trained. In this phase, we'll focus on mouth mechanics. You'll learn how to position your tongue for tricky sounds. Train your lips to shape long and short vowels. Use mirrors and muscle exercises to gain awareness. We'll walk through practical activities, including mirror speaking, repetition of tongue twisters, slow motion mouth training with story excerpts, Remember, fluency begins with form. Phase 3. Vowels and minimal pairs. One of the trickiest parts of English pronunciation is its rich variety of vowel sounds. Many of them are very close in sound but completely different in meaning. This phase focuses on minimal pairs to words that differ by just one sound and helps you master these with ease using stories and context. English has a wide range of vowel sounds, and many learners struggle with subtle differences that native speakers hear instantly. For example, ship versus sheep, bit versus beat, full versus fool. We'll practice minimal pairs, small sets of words that differ by only one sound. These exercises help you recognize subtle differences in speech, strengthen your listening and speaking connection, improve clarity in real conversation. By listening to and repeating these minimal pairs within context-rich storylines, you'll develop precision and avoid common misunderstandings. Phase 4. Stress, Rhythm and Intonation. Fluency is about more than individual words. It's about flow. In this phase, we learn how English naturally moves with rhythm, emphasis, and pitch. These elements tell listeners what's important when you're asking a question and how you feel, making your English sound more human and more expressive. English isn't spoken word by word, it flows in waves. It has stress, rhythm, and intonation. These elements give your speech life and help your listener understand meaning beyond the words. In this phase, we explore word stress, which syllable to emphasize, sentence stress, which words carry meaning, intonation, rising and falling pitch that signals mood or function. We'll practice with contrastive stress, example, I didn't say he stole the money, questions versus statements, dialogues from real story scenes. This is where your pronunciation shifts from robotic to natural and expressive. Phase 5. Shadowing with storytelling. Now that you've built strong foundations, it's time to combine them in real-time practice. In this phase, we use the powerful method of shadowing, a technique that helps you imitate native speech quickly and naturally. By repeating right after a fluent speaker, you learn pronunciation the way children do by copying rhythm, tone, and word flow. Now we apply everything you've learned through the method of shadowing, listening to a fluent speaker and repeating right after them. You'll practice listening to a story segment, repeating sentence by sentence, mimicking rhythm, stress, and tone. Through story-based repetition, you'll build speech fluency, train your memory to reproduce natural speech patterns, improve your confidence without needing a teacher beside you. This is one of the most effective ways to build fluency, and it works best when combined with a story-driven context. Phase 6. Common pronunciation mistakes to avoid. Even advanced learners make small pronunciation mistakes that can confuse listeners or create unintentional misunderstandings. These little errors may seem harmless, but when they happen frequently, they can affect your clarity, fluency, and even confidence. This phase is all about identifying and eliminating those commonly overlooked mistakes that many learners don't realize they're making. Whether it's a word you've been pronouncing the same way for years, or a consonant sound you've always found difficult, now is the time to break old habits and replace them with better ones. In this phase, we will tackle the most frequent pronunciation issues, such as swapping L and R, light versus right, dropping or swallowing final consonants, example, saying fi instead of fight, adding unnecessary syllables like especial instead of special. mispronouncing common words due to spelling, example, comfortable, Wednesday, receipt. Each example is introduced through a mini story or real-world dialogue, helping you experience the mistake in a natural context. We then walk through the correction process, step by step, giving you clear instructions and repetition practice. Correcting these common pronunciation mistakes will make your speech more precise, professional, and easier to understand. And when people understand you effortlessly, your confidence grows. And that's when your English truly starts to shine. Phase 7. Create your personal practice routine. Consistency is the secret to improvement. Pronunciation is not something that changes overnight, but it does change with daily, focused attention. That's why, in this phase, we help you build a personalized routine that fits your schedule and suits your learning style, so that pronunciation becomes a part of your everyday life, not just a lesson you forget after the video ends. Now it's time to take full control of your progress with a structured and achievable daily routine. You don't need long hours or complicated materials. Just 10 minutes a day, consistently, can help reshape your English accent, strengthen your speaking muscles, and train your brain to speak naturally. Here's what your routine can include. 1. Warm-up, 2 minutes simple facial, jaw, and tongue stretches to activate your speaking muscles and release tension. 2. Shadowing, 3 minutes choose a short story clip or dialogue, listen closely, and repeat every line while mimicking tone, speed, and pronunciation. 3. Sound focus, 3 minutes pick one area to work on vowel pairs, consonant sounds, or common pronunciation mistakes, and repeat sentences that use them naturally. 4. Speak aloud, 2 minutes prepare a short paragraph about your day or retell a story you've heard. Record it weekly to hear your progress. Stick with the structure, and you'll start noticing real changes. The key isn't perfection. The key is repetition with intention. When pronunciation practice becomes a daily habit, improvement becomes inevitable and long-lasting. Phase 8. Recap and motivation. This final phase is about celebrating your growth and encouraging your future progress. We review all the steps you've taken in your pronunciation journey and remind you that every word you speak is part of a bigger story. Your story of becoming fluent, confident, and understood. Let's look back at what you've achieved in this lesson. 1. You learned how pronunciation affects fluency and confidence. 2. You practiced key sounds, rhythm, and intonation. 3. You corrected common mistakes. 4. You built a system for daily practice. Thank you for watching today's story here on English Passage. Remember, the more you listen, read, and speak, the more confident you'll become. Practice this story again, repeat the sentences out loud, and try to retell it in your own words. That's how real fluency begins, one step, one story at a time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new story. And in the comments below, tell me, what new word or sentence did you learn today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep moving forward, one passage at a time. See you in the next story. Jai Hind. Vande Matram.